Hey, I'm Wakenbake. Remember me? It's only been about 3, 4 months, maybe. I uh, I have an update finally. It's been a long time coming. I got to the point where I was starting to get a little tired, beat up, just finishing multiple different grinds all at the same time, and I kind of felt like a little bit of my content was kind of dragging on. And I decided that I wasn't going to upload anything until I had something else to something else to talk about. Just because I was complaining a lot about drop rates and some of the new game mechanics, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm back. I think this is like episode 33, 34. I don't know. I'll edit it later to see if it's actually correct. But yeah, let's get started. So let's talk about the last couple of months. Might as well start from the very bottom. It's going to take me a little bit. I might ramble on here a little bit, but um, first things first is I went out and bought a laptop. So my gaming experience might be a little bit different for the videos that I've made. You can see my layout is just a lot smaller, et cetera, et cetera. So if it's something that needs to be addressed, I'll definitely look into it, but let's just get into it. 440 Rex Matriarch kills, all of them being on Orichalca. Um, the collection hasn't really changed too much. I think I've gotten a couple tips and plumes, but I haven't gotten a single heart in 400 kills. So I feel like it's a little unlucky. But that has been the majority of my bossing. It's been Rex Matriarchs. I've done some Corp. Um, here and there, a little bit of Arch Glacior, but for the most part, it's been just me trying to grind this Rex Matriarchs. Um, I wanted to get one of the pets and then switch over to a different boss, and I just hadn't quite gotten there yet. Oh, and I also killed the Chaos Elemental, but that's really doesn't mean anything. So to get into the meat and potatoes of everything, I'm going to do a little slideshow with a voiceover here in a second. Just show off a couple of screenshots that I've had collect for the last little while. All right, speedrun time. So first thing I bought, Inquisitor Staff. Obvious reasons. And then I bought the enchantment for the Inquisitor Staff. And then I went super duper dry on Celestial Dragons. That's 10,000 dragons without a single drop. And then 140 million experience in range, easy, easy. And then 220 million experience in summoning. Just chilling. It's cool. Got a prayer level entirely from Celestial Dragons, which is nuts because it's like 3 million experience. I can't see what that number is, so we'll just say I got a bunch of ranged experience. Got lucky on a scavenging component because I finally put it on my pants. And 200 million strength because I'm strong, a big strong guy. Got 120 farming, no big deal. Just kind of treasure hunted it. Um, yeah, 120 farming, woohoo! Got 116 dungeoneering because I needed something else to put into my stuff. Got a double hex crest from a random. I was trying to do some Slayer. Some more ranged experience because I've killed so many Celestial Dragons at this point. Yeah, so another 6,000 dragons without a drop. And that's the log without the helmet. So that's a lot of pieces. Just too many pieces. I got another random silent component thing, which is pretty cool. Hey, look at that! Another prayer level. Yes, I got 2 whole prayer levels at Celestial Dragons. And yes, I have 40 something visages up. Keep going. Just keeping on going with the Celestial Dragon, KC. Yes, 170 million experience. I got so much. So 23,000. Just keeping on going. Just keep on trucking. And then I started going off and trying to get those shards. I got the cape now, which is really nice, and a random agility level from AFKing to get some Armadillo components. The obligatory hole, obviously, you have to do some hole content. And I got a component here, but I can't really see what it's called because this voiceover thing's in the way. And yes, it happened. It actually happened. 23,782. And just about to hit 2 billion total experience. All right, now that we have that over with, yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly just go over some of the stuff because I just didn't have quite enough time during that epic speed run. Um, I didn't expect to get 200 million strength. It was double experience, and I was just kind of getting really burned out on the Celestial Dragon grind. I think I killed like 20,000 of them in the last couple of months, which is way too many. I had quite a few conversations with Ultimate Slayers over the last little while about their experience with the collection log, but I'd say 23,000 is a pretty safe number. I saw anywhere between, I think the lowest I saw was 6,000, and the highest that I've seen so far was 52,000, which is way more than I would like to do. Let's just take a quick look over here at that finished log. I can use the ability to call myself Wakenbake, the Scourge of the Undead, which is pretty cool. I wonder what color that is. Let's just take a look. Let's just have a look-see real quick right here. I wish there was a way you could search it. Can I? Scourge. Oh yeah, I can. And it's red. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Let's just wear that for a little while. Why not? Why not? But yeah, um, get back into their collection log. Mauritania. That's how you say that, right? Mauritania. Yeah. Okay. So when I got my 10th Dragon Rider cape, I was very, very, very un unimpressed, to say the least. I got a whole bunch of like items back to back that I never thought that I would actually get. The fact that I have 7 of these is just phenomenal because these are rarer than all of this combined. Um, 1 in 5,000 to roll a specific item piece, and it was 1 in 1,000 just to get an item. And these are very rare. Don't quote me on any of this, by the way. So I'm usually wrong. um, I got so much ranged XP from this. At one point in my last video, my magic and my ranged experience were the same. And during double XP, that's all I did. I killed all the celestial dragons. I did my dailies, I did clues. That was after the double XP ended. I did clues, I did a lot of clues, actually. And is this going to pin me? It's probably going to pin me, so hold on. So yeah, let's just grab this collection log out. Take a look and see where I'm at for any of the astute viewers among you that you might notice that I've might have gotten a couple things here and there, but I'm doing pretty good. I really, 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 really want to finish this easy clue collection log. 72 out of 81 is pretty nice. Did a couple medium clues, and I got some Wizard Boots tea, which is pretty cool. Not too many hard clues. I don't think I did very many hard clues. Definitely did a lot of elite clues. I don't know how many unlocks that I had from that, but I know I got a couple masters. Like I know I did a master and I got that, and I think I got a pair of sunglasses at one point. So yeah, I did a little bit of procrastination stuff in between. Like at one point I got bored and I was like, I just need to see a collection log item pop up on my screen. So I went to where is it? Kramja? Kramja? No, not Kramja. Which one is it? It's one of these ones. Yeah, Hexcrest. There we go. So yeah, I got that double Hexcrest drop because I put on that Mask of the Green Worm, I believe is what it's called. I killed like 15, 20 of them, and I got the drop. and it was doubled by the mask's effect. Because for those of you who don't know, these masks, they came out in Treasure Hunter a really long time ago, but I think you can get them from Shattered Worlds now. And for every 10th drop is doubled. And I believe that it also increases the chance of getting a rare drop, which is really nice. So this log actually shouldn't be too much harder to finish. The Ascension Grips is essentially Ascension Grips are essentially they are essentially just a task item. You need to kill the Ascension monsters on task, which shouldn't be too hard considering my absolute, I don't know, autism level of Slayer. um, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have reached over 1,000 Slayer tasks. I think I'm on 1,019 at the moment. I've completed 1,017, so that was pretty close. 1,019, 1,017. It's a lot of Slayer tasks. Um, yeah, there was some points where I've just kept on getting Dragon Rider pieces. Like at one point, I had gotten 3 Visages, 2 Dragon Rider pieces in less than 15 minutes, and it was it was really demoralizing to say the least. There was a lot of spare time burned. Currently, actually, I'm at work right now with my laptop. That was the whole point. I just needed something to do in the summer because last year was just super dead. I didn't really have anything to do when the kids left. I work at a university, and it's kind of boring in the summertime when there's not a whole lot to do. So I figured I might as well, play some RuneScape. In the process of getting all these wonderful drops and experience, etc., etc., I'm pretty sure that I have maxed out the item experience on all my equipment now. Pretty much all of it. So for those interested, I'm going to show you my preset and essentially how my kills at the Celestial Dragons go. So I would teleport over with the Dungeoneering Cape perk that lets you go to any of the resource dungeons around this wonderful land. You enter the dungeon, and then I would run over here. For the first little while, I was placing my cannon here, or somewhere around there. It was aggroing too many of them, so I was getting a lot of the trapped in time thing that you get when you fight Celestial Dragons. But I would, screw it, I'll do it. Do a couple kills. I would turn on my overload and my anti-fire, bring my weapon poison to make sure I have my Cinderbanes on. I actually made a preset just specifically for this. Put the cannon down, turn the cannon on. I'd use Reckless, put on my prayer, just kind of let the cannon do its thing here. I got auto retaliate, obviously. This ability bar is nothing to look at, so please do not judge me on the ability bar. Yeah, and it was super AFK. I have my Blood Pouncer, which is overridden with my Glacior pet at the moment, picking stuff up, and it's pretty reliable. Like it picks most of this stuff up that I would want it to. And I wasn't here to make any money, but it was really helpful for breaking even on the amount of cannonballs that I used for this grind. Believe me when I tell you that it probably took me more than 300,000 cannonballs to kill this many Celestial Dragons. So you can guess how much that actually cost. During double experience, for instance, cannonballs were like almost 2,000 each for one cannonball, and I would use 10,000 in an hour. Actually, no, I don't think I used 10,000 an hour. I would use 10,000 every like 3 or so trips, and for a stack of 10,000, that was um, about 14, 13 mil, depending on where it was. Yeah, every once in a while the pet wouldn't pick stuff up, and those steel ingots is where all the money comes from because they are almost 9,000 each, and they sell pretty consistent. So I would just sit here and, just AFK, let them kind of do their thing, let my abilities go down. I got super desperate, so every 1,000 kills, I actually went out and I gave myself an upgrade. And a couple of the upgrades weren't actually directly related to ranged or killing celestial dragons. Because I got the Inquisitor staff and the enchantment for the Inquisitor staff. I think that was more just kind of me being like, hey, I've got some money, might as well spend it. I got to 1,000,000,000 coins, actually, is what it was. And I just said, you know what, I'm not going to let this burn a hole in my pocket anymore, so I went and bought it. Eventually, I broke down and I bought a new pair of pants. I put scavenging for looting, fighting 2, and Dragon Slayer on it, just to get that extra little oomph, because I wasn't quite satisfied with the speed that I was killing them at. Reckless makes a huge difference here because the faster you kill them, the less they'll trap you in time, and kind of speaks for itself. More damage equals better. The only other thing that I can say about that would be that I also bought the Dragon Slayer ability, and I look back and I think, you know, it's going to be worth it in the long run for when I start learning like ED2, but it was not helpful here. It lasts for 10 seconds. If they stun you, you're pretty much just burning the time up on that ability, and it's only 15% damage for 10 seconds, which I didn't realize, which during bossing and all sorts of other things, definitely going to be handy just to get a little bit of burst damage off with like a dark blow snapshot. But here it didn't really make that much of a difference. I didn't do any of it on task because I didn't need to. I don't remember what they're called. I got the gloves from these guys really, really early. Like I remember doing it when I was trying to get 120 Slayer. I just ended up having the gloves, and I was like, okay, one less thing for me to worry about. Because having to pick tasks and all that kind of stuff is pretty shitty. I got a couple scavenges off of this armor, but the scavenging 4 was definitely not necessary. I just got lucky. So I was like, I'm just going to put scavenging on this. And of course, the water fountain next to me decides to turn on and ruin my clip. So yes, as I was saying, the scavenging perk, I killed probably like 6 or 7,000 of them before I put the scavenging on my pants. I broke an entire set of Serenic during this process, by the way, and this one's 30% of the way gone, which is nuts. Let's just do that and that. I didn't use the Prosen reservoirs just because I didn't feel like it was necessary. My Cinderbanes, Fleeting Boots, the Serenic, my Scuff crossbow set. Oh, I went out and I got Afterfog 4. That was one of the upgrades. So, like I said, I went out and I would just buy an upgrade. This one was expensive. It's like 100 mil for Aftershock 4 if you get lucky. And I used 3,000 Ascension bolts, which for people that use ranged, you know it takes so long to use that many bolts, especially during like Slayer and Ascension bolts too. So there's no special effect proc or anything like that eating up my bolts. The Demon Horn necklace, obviously for prayer restoration, just so I could just keep Anguish on. My next upgrade, if I hadn't got the Celestial Dragon drop at 24,000 kills, was going to be the Praisal Codex. But thankfully, I don't have to, because with the release of Necromancy, the price of all the Praisal Codexes has shot right up, because obviously people are going to want to buy the Tier 99 Prayer for Necromancy, so it's interesting. And yeah, so it was a pretty long grind. It was probably one of my least favorite grinds that I've done, but with that being said, it's one of the more AFK ones. So I'm not going to be salty about finishing it too early or it taking too long because my grinds ahead of me are brutal. And that is going to be where I lead into with this whole rigmarole. My next grind. So I would really, really like to switch back and forth between knocking off a collection log and knocking off a Slayer. Or yeah, I would like to knock off Slayer collection logs and boss collection logs simultaneously. So I think I'm gonna switch back to bossing for a little while. It's a little difficult to say which boss specifically I will go to because you get to the point where the just doing Rex matriarchs over and over and over just kills me. It's just so boring. Like the only thing I watch for is when the ground explodes, which is a dumb mechanic in my opinion. And then I haven't done the melee one in forever. I might try the ranged one now, actually, just because I have a little bit better ranged gear, which could be cool. Might be something to check out. Um, and on the other side of things, I still have a little bit of that Slayer bug, just because I've realized how much money you can make from Slayer. Um, I killed How many Edamoons have I killed? Let's see. I've killed 4,000 Edamoons, okay? Keep that number in your head. With that 4,000 Edamoons that I killed, I have received, where are they? Where is this silly Daemonheim? 8 blood necklace shards. In one inventory, at one point, I had gotten 4 of them in one Slayer task, which I've been extending and all that good stuff. One of the things that I haven't mentioned that I went out and did, actually, which is kind of funny that I didn't say anything about it, was I went to the Glacier. I went to the Slayer monster, the Glacier, and I killed so many of them. Yeah, I killed 1,200 of them, actually. And let's just see, I made myself a Staff of Armadillo and sold it for cash because I needed some money. But I actually finally completed one of these. It's been probably 10 years since that quest got released and me finishing it. And I actually went out and I finally did it. Um, it was really bad. I did not enjoy it. Unless you're trying to do the Slayer log, I really don't suggest doing it because it's not that much money. I think I ended up selling it for less than 200 mil, and it just takes forever to do it. There's semi AFK methods for doing it, but they're never 100% reliable, and it just takes so long. And you have to be, for an AFK method, you have to be quite attentive because you have to watch like your prayer, and then you have to watch for the enduring Glackite, which is just absolute terrible mechanics. So yeah, going into the final part of the video here, my next goal, I believe, is going to be this one. There's a lot of items here that I haven't collected yet, so Tormented Demons, here I come. I have a Tormented Demon Ushtabi soul thing in my Slayer dungeon, which is very convenient for me. And I'm just going to um, set it up so that I can AFK semi-efficiently and just see how far that takes me before I go absolutely crazy and switch up to another Slayer monster. But that's just going to be my AFK. I do a lot of AFK while I'm at work so I can watch videos, etc., kind of pay attention to the world around me. So my goal that I am going to say on video that will keep me from, you know, wavering is I want to finish Corp. I really want to finish Corp. I'm one Elysian away, which I know is could be thousands of kills. Who knows? But I want to finish Corp. I feel like this Dark Core title is really, really cool, and it's so close. Like I'm only one away, so it can't be that much more. 2,500 kills. Uh, like I said, I think that's going to be the one because I can't really AFK Corp. I know there are methods for AFK Corp, but I don't think I'm going to. Just because of the fact that it's just so much faster to actually pay attention. And with that being said, I'd really like to thank everybody who watched my Araxor guide and left comments and feedback, etc., etc. At this point in time, I'm at about 4,000 views on that video, and it's been really, really nice interacting with people and talking with others, and just the fact that my video is getting out there. And with that being said, thank you for all my subscribers and viewers and for liking the video. And I hope you guys have a good one.